Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. We're doing something a little different today, and forgive or welcome the new look for the moment. But state of the real estate market with Chris Brown, we're pretty dedicated to this. We had a little bit of a scheduling conflict. And with that being said, we're not in the studio doing the broadcast, so we're actually going to be doing the broadcast from the car today. So, with that being said, it was a scheduling conflict or snafu. Just learning how to pivot these days. But today's topic with state of the real estate market, and if this is your first time, be sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, I am pretty dedicated to doing this, and I guess today was one of those tests. I was determined to figure out how I can still make this happen, and we are making it happen. Technology, we appreciate technology. Thanks so much. But this is a channel where we not only talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about generational wealth as well as hot topics in entrepreneurship. There's different things that are going on that, I usually give a little bit of feedback on, especially if I'm involved in it or doing something. There's so many different things. There's your Bitcoin, there's your Airbnb, there's your Toros, your all kinds of things going on right now. So always chime in, always give a little bit of insight of what I might be doing or looking at or just hearing about internet marketing, whatever it may be. But today's conversation it's been a continuous question, at least for the past 4 or 5 days. I've had people ask me about, hey, is this market going to last to the end of the year? And a lot of people are thinking about how we previously had a crash during the financial recession, as I would call it. It was more of a financial recession, whereas this is more of a pandemic recession that we may or may not be having. You can call it recession or issue. Let's put it that way. So with that being said, one of the big things that's going on, people are like, hey, is this going to last? Is it going to continue for the rest of the year? And the short answer to that question is yes, it is definitely going to continue. Prices are going to still be at a higher rate. When we see them continuously increase, you may see a little bit of a slowdown with the increased prices, but they're still happening. And the reason I say that is because, and I'm going to speak more maturely on my market, the Tampa Bay area. We're definitely still experiencing it. We still have a very low inventory. Homes are going onto the market, before they were, being taken off the market in like 1 or 2 days. Now you're probably looking at 4 to 7 days. That's not a big difference. You're still deep into a seller's market, deep. So keep that in mind. At least in the Tampa Bay area, we are still in a seller's market. And with that being said, yes, we will continue to experience this throughout for the rest of this year. I just had a client where I remember speaking to them about selling their home. And I just spoke to them yesterday about this. When we first chatted about their home, they're like, we might be able to get $235 for the house. That's what they wanted to get, just because that's what the market was demanding, about $235. But, sellers being sellers, you can't blame it. It's like, hey, but what we really want $250. I showed them the information and showed that $250 wasn't strongly supported unless they were going to be doing some things to the house to make it very desirable. I told them I was definitely open for that, and placing it out there. If we're going to if we were going to do some updates to the property that were going to make it very desirable. So with that being said, we ended up not listing, and they didn't list at that time. They went ahead and just kind of moved forward. But with that also being said, we went through this whole seller's market situation. They had a property that sold recently. I don't know the exact price, but it was significantly greater than what than anything else that was out there. What I mean by that is that their value, put it this way, the value of their home, we were looking 350 was not going to be an issue. Put it that way. We went from 250, stretching at 250 to now we can easily do 350. And with the comps, now they would have to do one or two big ticketed items, and they were willing to do that just because it's a good amount of equity and they want to maximize the amount that they get. And by them doing this, it would significantly put their property at a different level. So with that being said, their home was about 380, would appraise around 380. And it's ridiculous. But to them, they like, hey, 350, we would run with that. So, and I'm conservative when I'm face to face with my sellers. So this is a situation where it's not an investment property, it is a resale. Just to be clear on that. So it is a resale. To them, they bought it during the crash. So they got it at a reasonable price, very reasonable price. They would be walking away with a significant amount. We also did some additional research and some additional speaking, and we were looking at a couple of different options. And one of the options is keeping the property and maybe doing a home equity line of credit, using funds from the home equity line to use as a down payment towards a new home, and that would begin their rental portfolio. That home that they would keep, they would begin their rental portfolio, have a significant amount to put down towards a new home, and they're not even looking at the bigger home at this time. So they're really looking at, because they have some little ones to consider. Considering the little ones, they're like, we got college. If we went with the bigger home that we're thinking of, then we would be carrying a much larger mortgage. Whereas if we can, go bigger, upsize, but maybe not upsize as many steps, and they see the kids being out of the house definitely within the next 10 years. Or actually, it's less than that. I want to say it's like the next 5 to 8 years that the kids will be out of the house. So they can get a home. And if you guys are following me, get a home with their current home, do a home equity line of credit. So taking a home equity line of credit, and they have a significant amount. They can be 6 figures with this. Take that home equity line, put it towards a new home, which would still make their mortgage payment, especially with the mortgage payments, the interest rates for mortgages right now being as low as they are, which reflects in your payment, makes the payment very, very obtainable and very manageable. And it allows them to, on both sides, one, to purchase and still have a great payment. And then two, with the home equity line, they could cash flow. They are able to cash flow. So being able to cash flow is a big deal. So being able to cash flow, and that's the thing. It's not just having a rental property, but being able to cash flow, and the rental would actually be paying on that home equity line of credit. So this is a way for them to build generational wealth. And this is actually helping them make that move up in the market. Whereas, they were thinking one way where they would be basically giving up their current asset and then looking for another asset. But now they're in a position where they can actually have at least 2 assets. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Today's state of the real estate market is a little bit shorter than what it typically is, but I definitely wanted to share that with you guys because thinking outside the box, if you're in a position where you have a large amount of equity, and this, as I'm speaking about this, this is actually going to give me a different marketing campaign because I need to find more people that are in this position and actually bring this to their attention. So if you guys are following this, this may be a new. So that in the longevity, when you do get ready to sell it, say if it's 5, 10 years down the road, you won't have to do those big ticketed items because you already have had them taken care of. So that's the big investment. It's an investment, but it's a little bit of a longer term investment on the current home. It helps you maintain it. You won't have those big ticketed items to have taken care of when you do get to a point of wanting to sell, or even if you're just maintaining it or you just want to keep it. But it's a win-win. Interest rates are low, so the HELOC payment will be lower, much lower than it would be in the future. The new mortgage payment will also be a bit less as well. Obviously, I don't have specific numbers at this time, but those are some of the things that you would want to consider because that is a great opportunity for anyone that is looking to build generational wealth in today's time. But hey, this is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. Be sure to like, subscribe. If you want more information on that, let me know because I may do another video as in regards how it could benefit someone who is trying to grow their generational wealth and grow their family and help basically build their foundation of their family and their legacy. So keep that in mind. You guys take care. It's Chris Brown, real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur.